Heidi ho, Heidi ho, Heidi ho. So, making my breakfast. Message for today is about what some of you call God. I see as my Imaba, which is Ein Sof, the infinite light, infinitum, has no limit, and we were created in the image of our Imaba, both masculine and feminine gender. So Adam and Chava can be said to be, some believe that one was on the back of the other, and others teach that one was beside the other, they were hooked at the side, so like Siamese twins or conjoined twins. So anyway, the masculine gender and the feminine gender, the right side and the left side, and separated, and trying to bring these two together as a chad, one, so a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. And what brings all this up to thought today is everything has a left and right side, a positive and a negative, hot, cold, light, dark, you name it. So we can strive to connect to something higher than ourselves, or we can strive to be ruled by the beast of the field. So there are those who believe in science, Scientology, and there's nothing wrong with that. So the spooky action at a distance, that's our Imaba. The mind that exists between all particles. How we connect to every atom, which includes the people that we connect to. So there's those that will make fun of individuals who know of a higher power, believe in a higher power, or have a spiritual conviction of a higher power because the evidence is even scientific. And they'll make fun of them, their imaginary friend, or they'll say things like, believe in a long-bearded man and lives in the clouds, and you want to call him God. Well, see, the issue is our forefathers who said he, his, and him when describing our Imaba. That's why you don't send your mother away, because abracadabra, we create as we speak. So a man, when we say he, his, and him, we're also showing our own ignorance, because we're only describing half of what our Imaba is. So not just God, but also goddess. But yet those same individuals will bow down to other men. So Haman and Mordecai. Men that have situational narcissism believe they can have authority over others. But sometimes those are also the men that like to use that argument because they like to control others. So they would rather have you convinced that they have authority over you, that there's no higher power, that there's no cause for the effect. And they'd rather violate the law by coveting what belongs to you, which is your sweat equity, your freedoms, your God-given rights, and goddess-given rights. The right to travel on the land, the right to forage for food, the right to bear arms. So all these things are God-given rights. So just as that legal fiction known as the states has a right to have a cannon, MLRS's multiple launch rocket systems, men have the same right. So this whole argument about, well, you shouldn't have because that's not needed. Well, no, if we have to go to war with the tyrants, then they are needed. An 8-inch howitzer is needed to blow a hole in the side of the building if the tyrants want to be tyrants. So this whole crap fest about we have these individuals who have a right to rule over us and be our gods, gods of the flesh. We have to bow down to them, and we're not allowed to fend for ourselves. They have to fend for us. That's wicked. That's the evil inclination of Yetzer Hara. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. Anything that the state of rulers and plutocrats and oligarchs believe they have a right to have possession of, the men of the land have that same right. So if it's a grenade launcher, grenades, M16s, AR-15s, fully automatics, a 50 cal, M60, an 8-inch howitzer, a jet plane, whatever it is that the state believes it has a right to have possession of, the people of the land have a right to personally possess. No man can take that right away from them. When a man believes he could trespass in the least bit against another man, the other man has a right to have the exact same even playing field. The same right to protect himself. So all the crap that's like, even you look at the crap that's going on. So the individuals that have nuclear weapons don't want other people to have nuclear weapons because they're dangerous. But they have nuclear weapons. Tons of nuclear weapons. But we can't let other people have them because they might do something bad with them. We're the only ones that can be trusted. Those are the same ones that believe they have a right to racketeer your sweat equity and charge you to live on the land. Charge you for water. Charge you for electricity. You know, Nikola Tesla wanted electricity to be free. And he had the system to where it could be free. Prior to Nikola Tesla, there was free energy. But those who want to make profit off of your sweat equity, they want an interest in your right to live on the land. They use collusion and coercion and threats of violence. That is why men of the land need every weapon, every armament that the plutocrats and the oligarchs have, every freedom that the plutocrats, the freedom to travel. They're not subjected to not being able to travel. So they have every right God gave them, and then they want to take every right that our Ima Abba gives you away from you. Anyway, that's the message for today. Better to believe in the spooky action at a distance in my Ima Abba than to believe men have a right to rule over you. God bless. Much love.